Dog, Ashes of Creation just killed it with the Caravan PVP showcase. And it's wild because I feel like we've gotten more hype-induced streams from their side, right? But the community hyped this stream up so much, and I think Intrepid knew that they had to step up here and knock it out the park, and they did exactly that. So, starting off, Steven clarified that we are clearly still in testing and that things are still being worked on. He really wanted to hit this point home, and it's probably for the fact that they're showing PvP for the first time in a few years. He stated that the UI, VFX character model, and lighting needed work. Now, I personally don't have a huge issue with the things that we know are consistently being worked on because that's the state of the game right now, right? We're in Alpha 2. So once it's time for a graphics, internal system, or etc. update, I'm sure they'll let us know. We then got into the stream and it took off from there. Steven was playing as a ranger and headed towards the others that were waiting by the wayside for the caravan to pass by. Now, Steven procced camouflage for the ranger, which is pretty lit. It made him hard to see, kind of like he was invisible. They then attacked the passing caravan and they were successful at doing so. Now, once the caravan was destroyed, it dropped a ton of loot and crates. What we saw today were green crates being the commodity crates and then black crates, which are the material crates. Steven looted a few of them until we found out that you actually gather less when you're on foot looting compared to having your own caravan and loading up the crates. So naturally, you would think that they would go back to their node to get a caravan to gather the crates. Nope. So you can actually summon your caravan to you, but it's based on your location to node. So now what this means is, depending on where you are, say you're quite a ways from your node, that caravan spawning is gonna take longer compared to if you were outside of your node spawning that caravan. As the caravan was spawned, Steven loaded up the caravan with stolen goods so that they could take them back to their node. As they continued along the path, they decided to travel on the river. Now, I wasn't expecting to see naval caravan gameplay today, but we got it and it looks really good. So once you bring a caravan to the water with enough space, you're able to set up a raft, but there's a catch. It takes time. Say you change your mind while your caravan was in the process of turning into the raft and you spent 2 minutes waiting. You'd then have to spend another 2 minutes for that transformation to revert. There's so much to unpack because there are so many different outcomes that can come from that. For example, as Steven and the group were waiting for the caravan to turn into that raft, they eventually were attacked again by other players because of what that caravan held. They did manage to get it off in time and get into the water. So the raft system is something that I'm the most excited for. It was easily my favorite thing in the entire showcase. I think so many plays and so many great clippable moments are gonna be able to come from having this type of system, right? So I mean, it's definitely a fire system, or water?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
There is a current though that allows you to ride along with it, providing you a nice boost, or you can go against it and it'll slow you down. Now, I think stuff like that is great, and we need more of that realism in the environment, possibly with weather. They eventually got attacked again while they were on the water, but managed to escape back to land. Now, like I said earlier, they had to wait again for the raft to go back to a normal caravan. From there, they took the caravan and headed to the node. They were attacked one final time, but fought off the attackers and got to keep all of their stolen goods. Once they got to the node, the caravan despawned and they started to unpack the caravan. Now, this is very important. Steven went to unpack some of the commodities. Those commodities took about 5 minutes, right? We learned that that's fairly quick, but other items can take up to days. That's in real life days. That's fire. We love that. And again, this opens up so many ways to go about things, and it actually excites me even more. I'm honestly just thinking about how many players are going to be spending their time focusing on caravans to just get the best goods and trade for them. When Steven got to the node, he also went to the black market because the vendor who takes commodities doesn't want anything to do with stolen goods. So they literally had to find another vendor that would take what they're selling. It seems like Ashes of Creation is doing everything they can to turn over every rock, look behind every wall, and do everything that they can do to make this game an experience. That pretty much wrapped up everything for the stream today. Now, I do think we'll get more updates that focus on more of the PvP aspect, like node sieges and castle sieges in the future, simply because that's another way for them to show off how far the PvP has come along and to show off other systems. As far as the PvP goes, I don't see much wrong at the moment with it. If you remember the Ranger showcase last month and how Steven was attacking his party member, it looked exactly the same, just on a bigger scale. It's also just all of the abilities that we saw from previous streams with a ton of players using them on each other. The areas that they fought in were on a smaller path, so it did look a bit crowded at times, but it didn't look like it was too much. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either. I imagine that this will continue to be improved on, and again, if we do get a castle siege or something along those lines, we'll probably be able to go more in depth then. Yo, so turns out the Phoenix Initiative folks actually were part of the stream. They were doing some PvP, and honestly, I'm just so happy for them, genuinely, because why would someone like me be upset that, you know, me or you weren't able to play? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not being sarcastic or facetious. It's just, you know, this is me.
No! 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 No!
All jokes aside, man, it was really dope seeing that. A lot of people from the community that we see around, we chat with, they were there. So, man, it'd be nice to see more of that. And speaking of, right, I know that the Alpha 1 testers are gonna be invited to do some spot testing soon. So I wonder if we see castle sieges or node sieges later this year, and will those Alpha 1 testers be included in that? Because I think that'd be pretty dope, right? See, I'm looking out for the Alpha 1 people. You get what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the fact that I was in Alpha 1, right? Phoenix Initiative people, they aren't doing that. They're a bunch of bums. Look at me, I have so much money to spend on a game that I can't play. I am more than happy with this showcase, and I really believe that if Intrepid continues this level of production and quality up until Alpha 2, they're setting themselves up beautifully. This Intrepid, this is what I'm talking about. Keep killing it.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
We have no idea what the showcase will be next month, but it's all good. I have a really good feeling that the Caravan PVP stream will hold us over until then. So, what are your thoughts on the Caravan PVP showcase? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't created an Ashes of Creation account yet, feel free to use my link in the description. If you're looking for a Discord to come kick it in, come rock out with your boy, man. If you want to stay up to date with me, feel free to follow me on X and Twitch, where I stream the live monthly updates. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.